Hello my dear aspirants, welcome to PW Gulf. So today in this PYQ series we are going to revise the questions of the chapter Simple Harmonic Motion. This is a very important chapter of 11th standard. Usually question comes in JEE Mains and Advanced both from this chapter, okay. There are chances of doing silly mistakes in these questions. So let us see how to avoid such mistakes and get better marks in JEE Mains. So let us start with the first question, which is from 2022. In figure A, mass of 2m is fixed on mass m. Okay, so we have a 2m and a mass m fixed. They are fixed, so they cannot move. Relative displacement cannot occur. So these two are equivalent to a mass of 3m, which is attached to two springs of spring constant K. Okay, now two springs of spring constant K each are attached to it. In figure B, mass m is attached to two springs of spring constant K and 2K. In B part, we have K and 2K attached to mass m. Okay, if mass m in A and B are displaced by x horizontally, okay, mass m both are displaced by x horizontally and then released. So time period T1 and T2, okay, time period T1 and T2 corresponding to A and B respectively follow the relation. We have to find the relation. Now, so figure A, both the springs are in parallel combination. Yes. So what will be our K equivalent? In parallel, K equivalent is K1 plus K2. So it will be K plus K, which is 2K. So time period will be equal to 2 pi under the root. Okay, time period will be m by K equivalent. So we have 3m divided by 2K. Okay, because time period is equal to 2 pi under root of m by K, where m is our mass. Now we have 3m and K here will be replaced by K equivalent. Okay, so next B part, this will be our T1. B part, K equivalent will be, these two springs are in combination. So K equivalent will be K plus 2K, which is 3K, and mass is m only. So time period T2 will be 2 pi under root m by 3K. Now we have to find the ratio of T1 to T2. So when we divide the both, 2 pi get cancelled out. What we will get is 3m by 2K multiplied by m by 3K. Okay, m cancel, K and K gets cancelled. Root 3 into root 3 will become 3 by root 2. So the ratio of T1 to T2 is 3 by root 2. This will be the answer. So let us see which option. Option number 1 will be the answer. 3 by root 2 will be the answer. See next question. A mass 0.9 kg attached to a horizontal spring executes SHM with an amplitude A. Okay, when this mass passes through its mean position, then a smaller mass of 124 gram is placed on it, and both masses move together with amplitude A2. Now see what happens when the first mass is passing through mean position, then we place a second mass on it. Initially there was momentum m1 v1, finally the momentum will be m2 v2. Yes, so if we have v1 velocity at that point, so m1 was moving with v1, and because it is passing through mean position, so v1 will be a1 into omega 1. If we place at that time a m2 mass on it, so final momentum will be m2 into v2. v2 will change. Okay, v2 will change. Now if it is at mean position, it is moving with v2, then it will go to some a2. If it goes to some a2 distance at maximum, here its velocity becomes 0. So now the new amplitude will be a2. So this v2 must be equal to a2 into omega 2. Then only after a2 distance v will become 0. Yes, it will have the maximum velocity at mean. no force is exerted, momentum will conserved. Okay, so we have initially we have m1 into v1 is equal to m2 into v2. So m1 into v1 will be a1 into omega 1 because it was executing SHM with a1 amplitude and omega 1 was the time period. So because it is on mean position, okay, while it was passing through mean position, then the situation happened. So v1 will be a1 omega 1. Now at mean position only, velocity will become v2. This is the maximum velocity. At mean we have the maximum velocity. If now my amplitude becomes a2, v2 must be equal to a2 into omega 2, okay, because at mean position we have maximum velocity, amplitude has changed, velocity changed, okay, v2 will be a2 into omega 2 if now it is doing amplitude of oscillation a2. Is this point clear? Okay, now substitute the values from here. M1 into a1 into omega 1, we can write omega 1 as k by m1. Earlier, in the earlier case, m is attached to a spring, so omega will be k under root k by m1, and now it will be m2 into a2 into under root of k by m2. So from here this gets cancelled. If we see a1 by a2, this will be equal to under root of m2 by m1. We have to find the ratio. If the ratio of a1 by a2 is equal to alpha by alpha minus 1, then we have to find the alpha. This is a NAT type question. Substituting the values, a1 by a2, what was m2 a1 by a2 is equal to under root of m2 by m1. What is final mass? 0.9 plus 124 gram is equal to 0.124 kg. So 0.124 kilogram divided by 0.9 kg. Okay, so when we solve this, this will come out as 1.024 divided by 0.9. So it will be 1024 divided by 900. 1024 is the under root of 32, and 0.9 into 100, that will be under root 900, that will be 30. Okay, so we will get a1 by a2 as 16 by 15. Now we are given that a1 by a2 is equal to alpha by alpha minus 1. So this is 16 by 15. So alpha will be 16. Okay, so from here we will get the alpha as 16. So this is our answer, 16. Okay, 16 will be the answer. See next question. The time period of oscillation of a simple pendulum of length L suspended from the roof of a vehicle which moves without friction down an inclined plane of inclination alpha is given by. If we have an inclined plane of inclination alpha and we are having a vehicle, then this vehicle, because they have said it is frictionless, then this vehicle will slide down with an acceleration g sin alpha. Yes, this vehicle will slide down with an acceleration g sin alpha. If a pendulum is hanged from it, then the mass of pendulum is m. So forces acting on the pendulum will be, let us draw the force acting on the pendulum. 1 mg sin alpha will act downwards and mg cos alpha like this, and T tension upwards, and a pseudo force, because it is an accelerating from frame of reference, a pseudo force m into a. Okay, a pseudo force m into a will be acting backwards. So this a is g sin alpha, this pseudo force will be equal to m into g sin alpha. Now see, mg sin alpha gets cancelled. So what is my g effective? If I see, g effective is g cos alpha. Okay, G effective is G cos alpha, so time period will be 2 pi under root L by G effective, so time period will be 2 pi under root L by G cos alpha. Okay, and many times student remember this formula only, there was no need to calculate it, so time period will be 2 pi under root L by G cos alpha. Usually students remember this result, so this can save your time. See next question. A particle is making simple harmonic motion along the x-axis if at a distance x1 and x2 from the mean position. From mean position at displacement x1 and x2, the velocities of the particle are v1 and v2 respectively. Time period of its oscillation is given by. Now see, at x1, v1 is the velocity. At x2, v2 is the velocity. We know that velocity in the form of x is omega into a square under root of a square minus x square. So if we make first equation, it will be v1 is equal to omega into under root of a square minus x1 square. So what we will get, v1 square is omega square into a square minus x1 square. Similarly, the second equation will be v2 is equal to omega under root a square minus x2 square, because it is at displacement x2. So v2 square is equal to omega square into a square minus x2 square. So if we subtract these two, okay, 1 and 2, if we subtract these two equations, what we will get? If we subtract these two equations, what we will get? v1 square minus v2 square is equal to omega square. A square minus a square gets cancelled. x2 square minus x1 square. This is what we will get, minus x1 square minus minus x2 square. Okay, 1 minus 2, so we will get x2 square minus x1 square. So v1 square into v2 square is equal this divided by x2 square minus x1 square is equal to omega square, which is equal to 2 pi by t whole square. So from here we will get 2 pi by t is equal to under root of v1 square minus v2 square divided by x2 square minus x1 square. So from here we will get t is equal to 2 pi under the root x2 square minus x1 square divided by v1 square minus v2 square. This is what we will get as the answer. Okay, so 2 pi into x2 square minus x1 square by v1 square minus v2 square, option number 4 will be our answer. See next question. In a simple harmonic oscillation, what fraction of total mechanical energy is in the form of kinetic energy when the particle is midway between mean and extreme position? Midway between mean and extreme means x is a by 2. We have to find the ratio of kinetic energy to total energy. We know that kinetic energy is half m omega square into a square minus x square divided by total energy is half m omega square a square. Half m omega square cancel. Substitute x a square minus, it will become a square by 4 divided by a square. So kinetic energy by total energy, this will come as 3 by 4. Okay, this will be the answer. Option number 2 will be our answer, 3 by 4. See next question. A block of mass 1 kg attached to a spring is made to oscillate with an initial amplitude of 12 centimeter. Okay, initial amplitude is 12 centimeter. After 2 minutes, amplitude decreases to 6 centimeter. Okay, it means it's a damped oscillations. For damped oscillations, amplitude at any time t is initial amplitude minus bt by 2m. Yes, this is what we have. A is equal to exponential minus bt by 2m. Okay, this is the amplitude as a function of time. Now time is given as 2 minutes. It means 120 seconds. Amplitude decreases to 6 from 12. Okay, so initially it was 12. A will be 12 at t is equal to 0, and at any time t, or sorry, not any time t, after 120 second, A of t, that is amplitude at that time, is 6. So 6 is equal to 12 exponential minus bt by 2m. This is what we will get. Determine the value of the damping constant for this motion. We have to find the value of b. We are given log 2 as 0.693. Okay, so from this one we will get 1 by 2 is equal to exponential minus bt by 2m. So here it will become log, so we will get ln of 2 is equal to bt by 2m. Okay, power, take it as minus 1, so we will get it. Now solve it. B is equal to 2 into mass. What is mass? 1 kg. 1 ln 2 is 0.693 divided by time is 120 seconds. So when you solve it, you will get this 2 and 2, they will 2 and this will get 60. Okay, and this we will get 6.9 into 10 raised to the power minus 1 and 1 more. So we will get 1.155 into 10 raised to the power minus 2, which is approximately equal to 1.16 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. Write the unit. Unit will be kg per second. Okay, kg per second. This is the value of B you will get as answer. Option number 3 will be the answer. Okay, option number 3 will be the answer. See next question. Two particles A and B of equal masses are suspended from two massless springs of spring constant K and K1 and K2. Okay, we have two particles having equal masses. Okay, they are suspended from different springs of spring constant K1 and K2. If the maximum velocities during oscillations are equal, V maximum are equal. Okay, V max of 1 is equal to V max of 2. So we will have A1 omega 1 is equal to A2 into omega 2. Then the ratio of the amplitude of A and B is, we have to find the ratio of the amplitude. So what will be omega 1? Omega 1 will be K by M1. K1 by M1 under root K1 by M1. Omega 2 will be under root of K2 by M2. M1 is equal to M2. Masses are same, they get cancelled. We will get A1 into root K1 is equal to A2 into root K2. So what we have is ratio of their amplitudes will be under root of K2 by K1. So A1 by A2 will be under root of K2 by K1. Option number 4 will be the answer. Okay, option number 4 will be the answer. Now see next question. Amplitude of a mass spring system which is executing simple harmonic motion decreases with the time. It means it is damped. Okay, it is damped oscillation. If mass is 500 gram, okay, decay constant, that is B is given as 20 gram per second, then how much time is required for the amplitude of the system to drop half of its initial value? Okay, so A is equal to a naught into exponential bt by 2m. A naught is the initial amplitude. They are given as time taken to drop to half of its value. So a at any time t will be a naught by 2, half of initial. So this is a naught into exponential minus bt by 2m. A naught get cancelled. 1 by 2 is exponential minus bt by 2m. So we will get ln2 is equal to bt by 2m. Now we can find time. Time will be 2 into mass is given in gram. Decay constant is also in grams, so you can keep both in grams. 2 into 500 gram into 0.693 divided by B is given as 20. Okay, B is given as 20. So what we will get? We will get T is equal to 50 into 0.693 second. So from here we will get T as 34.65 second. Okay, this will be the answer. 34.65 second. Option number 2 will be our answer. Okay, see next question. The function of time representing a simple harmonic motion. Okay, we have to find a function which is an SHM with a period of pi by omega. Okay, so time period is given as t prime is given as pi by omega. What is time period? Okay, t is given as pi by omega. What is time period? It is 2 by omega prime angular frequency. Okay, that is pi by omega. Pi and pi gets cancelled. Omega prime comes as 2 omega. So we have to identify a function which is SHM, okay, which is a solution to SHM equation, and plus the frequency of that function should be 2 omega. Frequency of that function should be 2 omega. Now first, this is not a SHM, so it gets cancelled. This is not a SHM. Sine square function is also not an SHM. Yes, it is also not an SHM. Sine omega t plus cos omega t. This is a SHM. This will be SHM, but its frequency will be omega only. Okay, the resultant will be r sine omega t minus delta. Okay, so the resultant is an SHM, but not of time period 2 frequency 2 omega. Its frequency will be omega only. 3 cos pi minus 4 minus 2 omega t. This is an SHM because we can write this equation as 3 into cos of 2 omega t minus pi by 4. Okay, cos minus theta is equal to cos theta. You can write it. See, the angular frequency is 2 omega, so time period will be pi by omega and is an SHM. Okay, so option number 4 will be the answer. Okay, option number 4 is the answer. Now see next question. The time period of a simple pendulum is given by t is equal to 2 pi under root L by g. Okay, the measured value of the length of the pendulum is 10 centimeter known to a 1 millimeter accuracy. L is given as 10 centimeter, which is known to a accuracy of 1 millimeter, which is 0.1 centimeter. Okay, the time for 200 oscillations of the pendulum is found to be 100 seconds. Okay, so time is 100 seconds. Oscillation is 200. Okay, number of oscillation is 200. So time period will be 100 divided by 200. It will be 1 by 2. Okay, time period will be 1 by 2 second. Next is using a clock of 1 second resolution. So delta t clock we are measuring is 1 second. If we want to find, you can find it directly like time related, and you can also find whatever error is introduced in one oscillation, the same error will be introduced in every oscillation. So total error introduced in time is 1 second. So whatever error is introduced in total time t, that will be equal to number of oscillations multiplied by the error introduced in every oscillations. Okay, so if we want to find delta t, it will be 1 by 200. Okay, it will be 1 by 200 second. 1 second is the error in 100 seconds. Okay, whatever error is introduced in one oscillation, that the same will be introduced in every oscillation. Okay, the percentage accuracy in the determination of G using this pendulum is x. The value of x to nearest integer is. Now we have to find the value of x. So if we use this formula, t is equal to 2 pi under root L by G, what we will get? T square is equal to 4 pi square into L by G. So from here G will be equal to 4 pi square L by T square. So delta G by G into 100% is equal to delta L by L plus 2 times delta T by T into 100%. This is what we will get. So delta L by L, substitute the values. Delta L is 0.1 centimeter and length is 10 centimeter. Okay, plus 2 into what is delta T? Delta T is 1 by 200 into what is time period? Time period is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 into 100%. Okay, into 100%. So when we calculate it, delta G by G into 100%, this will become 1 by 100 only. So we will get 1 plus, and this what we will get? 2 by 100, 100 and 100 gets cancelled. This is with 2%, so it will be 3%. Okay, so this will be the answer, 3%. This is the answer, option number 2. 3% will be our answer. Okay, see next question. A block of mass m attached to a massless spring is performing oscillatory motion of amplitude A. Okay, a block of mass m is attached to a spring, massless spring, and it is performing oscillations of amplitude A on a frictionless horizontal plane. If half of the mass of block breaks off when it is passing through its equilibrium point, when it's breaking at the equilibrium point, how much mass is break? Half of the mass. If half of the mass is broken off, what will be left? Half. Okay, the amplitude of oscillation for the remaining system becomes Fa. Find the value of F. Momentum will be conserved, no external force. Initial momentum was m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2. m1 is m, v1 will be a1 into omega 1, a amplitude into omega 1 is the initial frequency. Okay, now m2 is m by 2. What must be v2? Because it's the speed at equilibrium point. It's the speed at equilibrium point. This should be equal to now new amplitude into new frequency, angular frequency. New amplitude into new angular frequency. The speed at equilibrium position is equal to amplitude times the angular frequency. So this will be equal to, V2 will be equal to A2 into omega 2. M and M gets cancelled. A1 is A only. What will be my omega 1? Under root K by M. This is equal to 1 by 2 into A2. Omega 2 will be under root K. Now the mass is M by 2. Now the mass is M by 2. So what we will get? K and K gets cancelled. M and M gets cancelled. A is equal to 1 by 2 a2 into this will become under root 2. So a2 will become root 2 times a. Okay, this is equal to f into a, therefore f is equal to root 2. Okay, what will be the value of f? The value of f will be root 2. Option number 2 will be the answer. Root 2 will be our answer. See next question. The displacement time graph of a particle executing SHM is given in the figure. Sketch is schematic and not to scale. Okay, the sketch is schematic but not to the scale. What does this mean, not to the scale? Like here displacement is not given, it is schematic. But which of the following statements is or are true for this motion? We have to find which statements are true. Now see, here we are given displacement but we are not given the magnitude of displacement, so it's not up to the scale. Okay, we are given but it's schematic, that at time 0 t by 4, 2 t by 4, 3 t by 4 and then t and 5 t by 4. This is our curve. Okay, first is the force is 0 at t is equal to 3 t by 4. At 3 t by 4 particle is at mean position. Okay, particle is at mean position, so acceleration will be 0. In statement A, acceleration will be minus omega square x. X is 0, acceleration is 0, force will be 0. First statement is correct. The force is 0 at 3 t by 4. Displacement is 0. The acceleration is maximum at t is equal to t. If we see where is the particle at t, particle at t is at extreme position, positive extreme. Okay, so acceleration will be minus omega square into a, which is maximum acceleration in magnitude wise. Yes, which is maximum acceleration in magnitude wise. Second is also correct. Speed is maximum at t by 4. At t by 4 particle is again at what position? It is mean position. If it is at mean position, so C statement, mean position, velocity will be equal to a omega, again maximum velocity. So speed is maximum at t by 4. This is also correct. The potential energy is equal to kinetic energy of the oscillation at t by 2. Where is my particle at t by 2? Particle is at this extreme at t by 2, negative extreme. Okay, so D, if we see in option D, particle is at extreme. Okay, extreme position. In extreme position, kinetic energy will become 0. Kinetic energy will become 0. So potential energy is maximum. Potential energy is maximum. Second, last D statement is incorrect. Potential energy is not equal to kinetic energy at t by 2. So which options are correct? A, B and C statements are correct. Option number 3 will be the answer. A, B and C statements are correct. Okay, so this is all about SHM. I hope you liked the series and hope it is very helpful to you. I urge you guys to whatever next chapter you want me to solve the questions as PYQs, mention it in the comment section so that we can deliver what you want. Okay, till then, take care, all the very best, keep studying, keep rocking. Thank you.